welcome back to our program. You're watching Morning Thailand with Fire and Golf. And as I mentioned earlier, the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has already talked about his concern over the political crisis that we are facing right now. Obviously, a lot of countries, Kun Fai, also expressed this concern, and I mentioned a little bit already about a lot of countries that came out and issued warnings for all their citizens from
30 countries already.
Yeah, and it's increased to 30. Yesterday I said 28. Well, two more added to the list. Obviously, it's not going to be good for us, but let's hear from the UN Secretary General. Apparently, yesterday, the United Nations Secretary General Ban Ki-moon has called for all sides in Thailand to actually try, at least, to resolve the differences by peaceful means. And he said that he has been monitoring the situation quite closely for a few weeks now. And he said that at this point, his biggest concern is probably the fact that there has been a lot of siege. The protester that actually went into the government compounds and offices and such and sieged it. And he said that the seizures of all these offices is probably not good, and afraid that there might be a little bit more tension increase. So he said that all sides should at least try to exercise the utmost restraint as well as refrain from using of violence and show full respect to the rule of law as well as to human rights, because he's afraid that there might be something bad happen. However, still, he also extended his concern to the government, asking that the government use the peaceful means to actually deal with these protesters, and instead of using any type of forces. And hopefully that will be the case as well here in Thailand. However, at this point, he said that so far the government has shown that the government did try their best to make sure that that actually happened. Now, having said that, a lot of people obviously very concerned about, especially in various countries as well, that ended up issuing warnings here in Thailand, and that we cannot deny that affect the tourism industry quite a bit. There has been a lot of, especially in Krabi province, they say that there has been a lot of cancellation of the reservations already that's supposed to be in place, because a lot of people are worried, and the foreign ministry right now trying to talk to all the ambassadors as well as foreign press and make sure that they understand that it was just in the capital, and you can go to the provinces as well. But don't forget, Kun Fai, a lot of city halls has been sieged as well. So that might not be add on to that. And one last thing that has shown quite a bit of an impact on economy is that SET index, the Stock Exchange of Thailand main index, actually dropped more than 10 points yesterday during the afternoon trading session. And this is probably due to the concerns over the political crisis as well here. So a lot of things to be watched out, and of course the impact as well to the country right now.
Yes, of course. Speaking about the street protests, now back to the table. At the central debate yesterday, there was a vote casting in order to see whether the Prime Minister was still trustable or not. And it seems that Kun Yingluck has comfortably survived the two-day central debate that the opposition Democrat Party targeted her and also Kun Jarupong on the water management scheme, the 3.5 billion baht water management project, and the financially troubled government rice pledging scheme. The Prime Minister needed more than half of the 246 votes out of 492 in order to survive. So it seems that the MP voted 297 to 134 with 2 abstentions in a show of confidence in the Prime Minister, while they voted 296 to 135 with 4 abstentions in support of the Interior Minister Jarupong. And that conclusion of the no confidence debate and the vote of confidence leaves the Prime Minister with the options that include stepping down or calling for a snap general election. Later on, after the vote of confidence, the Prime Minister had made a statement broadcast on TV Pool calling on the anti-government demonstrator to end that protest and hold talks with the government to jointly find a way out of the political conflict. She said that although The protesters have occupied several public offices. The government has plans to ensure public services will continue without disruption. She said the government does not want to play a political game because doing so will only cause the economy and the country to step backward. She rejected the protesters' call also for the establishment of what they call a People's Council or the People's Parliament. The Prime Minister said the government cannot respond to that demand because it is not possible under the present constitution. Kun Yingluck said the government is willing to listen to all proposals from all sides and all demand of the people, also including those occupying the state agencies. But the call from the protester for the setting up of the People's Parliament is impossible to undertake under the present constitution. That's according to the Prime Minister. In conclusion, saying that no, she would not dissolve the parliament, and there wouldn't be any violence occur if they come to the table and talk and negotiate. However, Kun Suthep said last night, on the stage, there would not be any negotiation.
Exactly.
He had been approached by some people
for a talk.
He
has been talking about no negotiation for quite a while now because he said that moment has already passed, and at this point, they are looking to pretty much whitewash everything.
Yeah.
So we're gonna have to wait and see. It just seems like talking might be a good thing to do, but I don't know if it's acceptable for a lot of people at this point because still some people are voicing concerns over the fact that even in the censure debate, the Prime Minister did not quite exactly answer some of the questions, but still she survived the censure debate, so we're gonna have, that's a rule, so we're gonna stick with that because obviously it's gonna be a really chaotic system if we're not respecting the system itself. All right, let's take a short break because when we come back, Kun Shane has a little bit more from the academic side. What do they think? Maybe they have some solution for what we are facing right now. So please stay tuned.